Okay. So we just finished filming a podcast the other day, and half the recording just ended up cutting out, and it was making weird sounds. So we have to scrap half the podcast. So I am here. We had a cool guest. Ian is back too, obviously, and yeah. So I'll come back in the end once the video cuts off and just close out. Thank you for the support. It's really awesome. Time codes and everything will be in the description, as well as the SoundCloud link. Yeah, we have a cool guest. And if you guys have any ideas for podcasts for us to talk about in these times, let us know.
Hello,
guys
hello,
and gals.
gals, and welcome back to Limitless Conversations, the podcast hosted by two broken, enthusiastic teenagers.
For
For now. And your main source of entertainment while you were in quarantine during this trying time.
Yes, this podcast is for all those who are suffering out there in the
This
terrible
is for
pandemic
you.
of COVID-19. This is for you.
I didn't really want to talk about it that much because I was like, everyone's talking about it. But then I realized this is a staple in history. People are going to be learning about this in school one day. And maybe, just maybe, a teacher will show this podcast.
So there you go, teachers.
So just a little thing before.
We're here to entertain, not to depress.
Before, we'll just say, obviously there's a problem going on. Please be safe out there, whether you're one of those people buying a metric butt ton of toilet paper or the people laughing at the people who are buying a metric butt ton of toilet paper, remember that you both have one thing in common. You are humans. So please just be mindful, be respectful, and if you're one of those people that are like, no days off, no sick days, if you're feeling weary, now is a perfect time to just say, hey. Even if you don't have the symptoms of the virus, be like, yo, I'm kind of sick. I'm gonna skip this work day or something.
Because it's not for the vast of our audience, middle age. It's not a danger to you. It's a danger to who you spread it to. So just be smart.
Exactly.
Be smart.
Us Gen Zers, setters.
Yeah.
And we're strong.
To address the elephant in the room.
Don't take our word for it.
That's not the elephant in the room.
Take ours.
It's this fatty over here. Just kidding. It's Jada.
Hi.
Yeah, don't take our word for it. Take our manager, Jada's.
So
what do you have to say about
who are you?
Jada?
What are you about?
I'm Jada.
Okay. What do you do for us, Jada? do you supply anything for us, or do we just have you around?
I bought you guys a whiteboard.
This is true. She bought us a whiteboard. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's redeemed.
Yeah. Give you guys advice sometimes.
I just got here. I had no idea anything was going on, really. Oscar just said, Jada's our guest today, ? And I said, yee. So, how much convincing did it take for Oscar to get you to be our guest today?
It took a little bit.
Yeah?
A little bit.
How long would you say? Like 10 minutes? 5 minutes?
20.
20 minutes?
20 minutes. Because it was me sitting on the bed being like, you want to be on the podcast? And she was like, oh my God, no. And I was like, we need somebody. And I was like, you could sit there or you could be on the podcast. It doesn't matter. It's just a conversation.
It's just a conversation.
And she was like, oh my God, no, I wouldn't have anything to say. And I was like, all right, it's up to you. You can make the choice. And then she was like, well, if you need me.
Exactly. She couldn't stay away from the limelight, she needed her screen time.
Of course.
Yeah. So, Jada, tell us a little bit about yourself. I have never met you before.
Great question.
Yeah. They haven't seen you except for just a picture on our channel, our banner. You're in our banner. And people are like, who's that half white, half black lady? A woman.
Who knows? Lady, woman.
She's our diversity.
Yeah, diversity hire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, other than that, other than being the diversity hire, what are you?
Well,
She has no creative quality.
in the past, I have done makeup, held mics for you guys.
So yeah.
You've held mics? She has.
Mm-hmm.
You were there from the very beginning.
Yeah.
From the get-go. Wow. Nice little turnaround. No one heard what you said.
Limitless, the beginning.
There
And she
we-
was there for the beginning.
She was, yeah, during that iconic scene. Actually, people haven't seen that scene because we redid everything.
We did reshoots.
We did reshoots, ladies and gents, the year after.
So
But she wasn't.
everything Jada put her heart and soul into was scrap. The makeup,
Yeah.
the audio.
Was Jada the one that went home at one point to
Yeah,
grab something for us?
because we were filming and I went, Jada, I need 50 mil. All right, so here's the plan, Jada. Jump my fence. There's a key under the
Right,
stairs.
Yes.
Yeah, and she grabbed the 50
Oh,
mil.
oh.
No. I remember I was doing Ian's makeup, and then you're like, I gotta go home and get something. And I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? This is so awkward. And you left me with like,
Oh, right. Yeah, because I was trying to think. Yeah, Oscar was the one who left that time.
But then I made Jada go.
We've had a time before where Jada has left to grab something. That was it?
I grabbed something and then we like ran out of batteries or something. So then I was like, can you go this time? And then Jada went.
Go Jada.
Yeah,
Pull
good
him,
job,
take him
Jada.
over to the team.
Yeah.
But that was, yeah, that was weird because Jada and I hadn't really talked much at that
I
point.
came and you guys were making out.
It was just
Really
an
confused.
uncomfortable situation for all. Yeah, you were doing my makeup in the middle of a taco restaurant.
It was an interesting time.
It was an interesting time. That's
High
probably
budget.
that's the most public shoot we've done, I think.
Yeah, and we had a lot of old people be like, I better not be in that video, huh? And
Yeah,
we're like,
that's-
no.
It's the most public we've had for a reason because we just don't want to try it again because we had so many problems.
Oh yeah, this is a little thing. Kayla was supposed to be the guest for today, but things didn't end up working out. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Kayla.
what happened?
You'll be next.
Where's Kayla? where-
she,
Where are you?
Kayla? Ian's waiting.
I'm waiting right here. I have. I was gonna say I have the bed right here. I don't. I have a chair somewhere. I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll work out.
Everything will be okay.
But she said something to me that made me chuckle the other day.
Okay.
I'm sorry, people, but
Spoiling Kayla's one big joke,
Mhm.
Oscar. Come on now. She was
all
saving
she
it.
has.
She was saving it for the podcast. I'm sure.
yeah. She calls the coronavirus the boomer remover.
Oh,
And
true.
I thought, hey,
I mean,
it checks out.
it does check out.
I thought that's pretty good, Kayla. Good job.
That's good. That's good.
Now, can you make that cappuccino? Just kidding.
Make that. Is
Um,
your store
I think so. Yeah.
it's still open or is it
It's
closed?
still open right now, but they just like released a thing today saying like any unnecessary stores are closing down. But you work at a grocery store technically,
So I'm
right? So you're
I'm
staying
in
up.
it. I'm in it to win it. We're
But
opening the hours earlier.
I may possibly get EI, so it means I get to quarantine myself and get paid to do it.
That's exciting. That's very
It's gonna be
exciting. I wish. I had a wonderful experience today.
What
I
happened?
was helping some woman with
Yeah.
some meat related activities, and
Mhm.
she
This wasn't at work.
no. She was having difficulty reading
Mm.
what was going on, and she seemed a bit distraught.
Mhm.
And this is one of the few times where I think, I hope they're on drugs instead of
Yeah.
sick.
Mhm.
Because usually I'm like, okay, give them benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're feeling under the weather,
Mhm.
not like cracked out. But this time,
She was crazy.
she was. I don't know, because she was going around. She was like, I can't read this. And I was like, oh.
It
Okay.
says chicken. It's a big exit sign.
Anyway, nothing wrong with the question she was asking. We've had stuff like that before. Our labels are hard to read sometimes. But then after, not even after, partway through, she looks at me. She's like, you know what? I think I'm just going to come back tomorrow because I don't feel good. I was like, don't come back tomorrow. No. But I didn't say that because that's
Yeah.
rude customer service. So I said, see you then.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
But I hope I don't see
You had a
her
little
then.
jolly in your step
Yeah.
and you skipped away.
Yeah. I'm just glad she didn't cough on me or anything.
I
I
had
had
a
a-
story. Yeah.
You have
Well,
you
you
had
go
someone
first.
cough on you?
Yeah, you go
Me
first.
too.
Oh, you
I
said
was
you go
sitting
first.
there. Tim's is yeah, I know, right? Tim's is closed.
If
Except
you're
for the
listening to
drive-through.
the audio, Jada moved away.
Yeah, Jada did a funny physical humor.
what am I supposed to say?
I just thought that'd be funny.
Yeah, Tim's is closed except for the drive-through, which is a pickle for me because that's the only place I go to on my lunch breaks.
You
Because
can come here. I'm gonna be on quarantine.
I don't know about that.
Hmm.
Unless you make
forget
me food that's like really worth it. Because I only have
Probably not
half
worth
an
it.
hour.
Right,
So
so it's
it's
probably
like-
not worth it.
You don't think so?
I mean, I could
Like,
make
what
it-
kind of food would you
I
offer?
could
What you bringing to the table?
Well, I'm just saying, like, it would have to be made
Literally
within,
bring to the table.
Yeah, it would have to be made within less than half an hour, right?
Well, you could make.
I can make it
prepare-
before.
Yeah.
I could prepare it.
Yeah, thank you,
But,
Jada. Just come on.
I'm
now.
just saying I have like 2. So
I'm not if you're in
no,
quarantine.
trust me, I got a lot of things. So I mean, I could always throw a frozen pizza, put some cheese on it the way you love it.
This is true. I do love it. You
Yeah,
taught me. You
Yeah,
taught me. I don't know why I pointed at you.
You taught me. I did. Make you, what is it? A cup of soup?
Cup of soup?
Ramen noodle?
Not
You know those
Oh,
the cardboard?
cup of soup. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I rarely had those in my life.
I had Mr. Noodles, but not cup
It's
of
the
soup.
same thing.
Yeah, but
It's the
I have
same.
never had that brand.
Were you one of those people that ate the Mr. Noodles raw?
I did.
Mm.
I did.
I
For
despise people like you.
no. Okay, so for recess, because you weren't allowed food at recess,
I would find
So,
it.
I'd have a little plastic bag with the noodles, and there was a thing where you like pour the thing in and
Yeah,
you
that
crush
was
it
meant
up.
for when you have it cooked.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
The
Thank
seasoning.
you. I'm aware. Thank you. You put the packet in and then you crush up the bag, so it's just a bunch of little things, and you have that in your pocket in a Ziploc bag or in your jacket, and you just during recess. And so I did that for like grade 1 and 2, but then I learned there's a much better
I
method.
did that for like grade 11 and 12.
12.
but I
I
can't.
still do it today at work. I'm like, 1 cappuccino, sure.
What's that, Mr. Noodles? You want some?
It's just slobber all over my hand. By that point, it's cooked because I just.
So, that's what I thought you were going with. I thought you said you would sit on it until recess to warm it up like
No,
an
no.
egg.
I did that just because you weren't allowed to eat at recess. So
You weren't allowed to eat at recess?
No.
That's like the one time
and
you
in,
can eat.
in Alberta too, when it's like negative
It's just
30.
an Alberta law. You can't eat at recess.
No, but like when it was negative 30, you still had to stay outside. Once it
Yeah.
was negative, it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm pretty sure it's negative 50
Mm-hmm.
is when you're allowed to have recess indoors. So
Okay.
kids are literally dying,
Gotcha.
literally dying, and so you gotta have a snack to warm yourself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To warm yourself.
To warm yourself up.
Some
I
cold
didn't.
Mr. Noodles.
Yeah. Or it gives you
Usually
the energy.
You'd be more warm if you heated it up. Like
Yeah, but
normal
what am I?
person.
I'm gonna bring a kettle in my backpack
A
too.
kettle.
Kettle? What are you talking
A
about?
microwave or
Get the fuck outta
something
here.
at least.
No way.
Schools have microwaves.
Not this school.
We didn't get microwaves until it was
Alright.
negative 50.
Let me clear my name a little bit, alright?
Then we would put them all over the classroom and warm each other up.
I'm just saying, man. Too much work. You got in trouble if you were found inside and they take you back outside. So I'm not gonna be making my Mr. Noodles. And also, you're not allowed to eat at recess. It didn't work out. Anyway,
Mm-mm.
I discovered the beautiful idea of cooked Mr. Noodles
Yeah.
in grade 3, and it's been my life.
Tastes a lot better, huh?
I currently,
It's been your life?
yeah. If like
You eat them a lot?
well, nowadays when I eat them, I had like
Oscar, those are high in sodium.
I know, but I had like some pork in there. I had some broth.
Oh, so you Kylie Jenner it.
I Kylie Jenner it.
You know about that?
No, I have no idea.
You know
what
about
you're
that, Jada? Oh, Kylie Jenner released what she does with ramen noodles.
talking about. Is it boring?
Yeah, she puts like an egg in and stuff. Like she does like classy stuff.
I've
And I was like, it actually inspired me.
Yeah.
So I got my mom to go and get some Mr. Noodles. This was a couple years back.
Yeah.
Because we'd never had them in the house really. Well, my oldest sister always ate them, and I never got them. Probably because I got a bad ticker.
It's probably because she would have them at recess and she'd be chowing down on that. You're
She
like,
got in trouble one too many
yeah,
times.
not allowed to use the microwave.
They were banned in our family. Mr. Noodle himself came to our doorstep.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. No, but I got my mom to get ramen,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna Kylie Jenner it. I'm gonna put some neat stuff in here. And I'm a terrible cook, and I'm
Yeah.
very lazy, so I just ended up putting like some, what's that seasoning stuff? The red.
Taco seasoning?
No, with
Like roasted red pepper seasoning? Or
I don't even know the stuff you put on like eggs. Like it's red
Hot sauce.
paprika. I don't think it's paprika.
Smoked paprika. Red
I don't know.
powder.
I put some. It's like salt, but not red salt. It's
I get your point. All right, it was drugs.
it was
Um,
it was seasoning.
Let me give you a recommendation. This is my way of going out.
Don't
One,
tell me an egg though, because I feel like that would be gross.
It's good. I do it rarely,
What do you?
but I am a fan
Does
of
the
putting
egg
on it.
like cook in there, or do you cook the egg previously?
No.
I've had ramen from like an actual ramen place and they had an egg in there. I
Yeah,
think.
like
Yeah.
that. Well, there's one place called the White Whale where the first time I had it,
Is it in town?
and it's just
In town?
in Courtney, and it's just like a hard-boiled egg, halved, and then it's just sitting there. So you eat your noodles, and eventually you just go, "All right, I'll eat the
I
egg."
guess I'll eat
But
the
like
egg.
it looks nice on the platter,
Presentable.
presentable.
Presentation is key.
But inside, all right. Jada taught me this part. All right.
Oh,
I
go
would always take the noodles and I put it in a bowl and I pour like hot water on top and I leave it sit for a bit and then I go noodle time.
You
And
have
I
to
eat
say
my
that
noodles.
every noodle time.
Yeah. She taught me the genius way of where you put hot water on the stove in the pot and then you like boil the noodles. And I thought, oh,
Wait, what
it's
did
better.
you? What did
it's
you?
better
Yeah.
instead of just pouring hot water from a kettle in a bowl and then letting that like
Oh
cook.
yeah, no,
You
no,
do
no.
it
You
on
put
the
them.
stove,
You put
yeah,
those
yeah.
suckers in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I add a dash of garlic powder, onion powder, some hot sauce,
hot sauce.
bits of pork, sometimes bacon.
Where
I
do
mean,
you
same
get-
thing, but you know.
I'm sure my house has it too, but I never. I think my eyes are still like in that child mentality where
Mhm.
like there's all this like pork and stuff in the fridge and I just don't see it because I'm like focusing on the stuff I can make within seconds.
Yeah.
Do you just have pork in your fridge that you can just chop up and put in there?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, you work at a butcher shop. You should be like, yeah, I like those pieces of meat.
No.
No. All right.
No,
well-
my eyes are like going all
Oh, you look,
dodging.
you
all
look for
of-
like the Ziploc pizza. Or
I look
something.
for like Tupperware containers of
Yeah, yeah.
leftovers that I can put in the microwave or
Right.
like
No, I prepare.
yeah.
You had a little
I'm a
bit.
chef.
I saw a thing on YouTube that I thought would be disgusting.
Hmm.
It is very high in sodium, but you strain the water, like about half of the water,
Into a pile of salt.
kind of.
Really?
Not that, but you strain so it's only about half the water. You put that onto like a pan on the oven
Mm-hmm.
and or on the stove, and you turn it hot, and you put soy sauce on the noodles.
Oh, I put soy
and
sauce
you,
in
and
mine.
yeah, until it simmers, and then
I really shouldn't, but
put
I
that
do
on.
put soy sauce.
very high in sodium. But it's good. I can only eat about half a bowl or whatever, because it's like,
Oof.
Um,
Jada, how do you eat your ramen if you do ever eat
just
it?
put it on the stove.
Yeah, I put it on the stove. I don't know why you gave me credit for that because it's literally the instructions.
I never read the bag. I just put hot water. Okay, to be fair, I learned that when I was in grade 3. Once I learned that they can be cooked by my parents. So if anything, I'm blaming my parents for that,
Right.
because I would never question.
Oscar's like,
I don't do
Jada
anything.
taught me how to eat fruit by the foot. I give full credit to her.
She taught me how to cut an apple. I mean, there's these apple cutters that you can actually buy that when you put it
Jada
down-
actually invented the apple cutter.
Yeah. Thank you, Jada.
Jada taught me how to make lemonade. It was crazy.
You put lemon in some water
Yeah, man. I
Good.
was doing it all wrong. I was pouring the water on lemons.
and then just eating. I was gonna go somewhere with it, and then you just went on this ramen rant,
I'm so
and
sorry.
I really don't appreciate
Wait, how
it.
did we get there?
I don't remember.
Oh, you were talking about. Okay, let's backtrack. You ate ramen raw.
How did we get to that conversation?
How did Jada? You're supposed to be the manager, man.
Yeah.
You're supposed to
Anyway,
manage this.
I remember what I was going to say
Okay.
before somehow we went on this tangent. So I was at work.
The
and there
person.
was a person who came in, and they brought an old Starbucks paper cup. So it's not like one of those reusable cups. It's like a paper cup.
Mm-hmm.
And this is before like the coronavirus was a big thing, like in February something this happened. So it was like a stained old cup, and she put like one of those like an old knit sleeve, like little cozy
Classic.
thing on it,
Classic.
but it's like covered in dog hair. Like it's disgusting.
it's
bleh.
it's homely.
And we have a thing where and we have a thing where we give you a discount if you bring your own cup in because it's like
right.
eco-friendly.
Yeah. Like
And so she brings that in.
how
to
much
get
is
the
it? 2
discount.
cents?
25 cents.
25 cents.
Yeah.
It's a whole quarter.
Yeah, there you go. This person comes in every day, and they give me the cup, and I tell them the price, whatever. It's like $4 or whatever, and she just coughs right in my face. She's like, and then she gives me the cash. It was disgusting. And this person is a teacher.
Is
And
A teacher that we were both familiar with?
No.
Oh.
No, I think it's a like elementary school teacher.
Why do you
It's,
She's-
you know.
You know how they're short.
Anyway, that was what disturbed me the most is that she
just went
the
for it.
person's working with teachers. It's a she. You know,
She was the
I
per-
just keep screwing
The
up.
person
It's a
was
she.
working with teachers. Yeah. I guess. No,
Working with teachers. Yeah, it's really
And-
dangerous. With children.
with children.
She's working with children.
Uh-huh.
And, you know.
Well, schools are canceled now.
coughing all over.
Don't you know? Don't you
Are
know?
they're
schools
doing extra week of spring break, right?
I think they're canceled.
Like Timberline's just done for?
Yeah,
Really?
gonzoed.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Like indefinitely, so until they choose it's okay.
Which is,
About to swing.
how's that going to work, I wonder?
Yeah, I
Like
don't
with
know.
grad and prom.
Because
I saw a funny thing that Michael sent me where it said this is where they're going to do the 2020 prom. And it was like the dance floor on Club Penguin.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, I know,
I would
right?
join in.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
So I'm just thinking about that.
Yeah. Someone would just
Jada.
come in naked.
I want to thank Jada for this idea too. She
Yeah.
invented graduation. No, she showed me like people who did the Disney program are being sent home or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Which
from
Jada
which
is
sucks.
affected by.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hope not.
Oh.
Hope not.
Yeah.
Tell
So,
us
like,
about your experience with the Disney program, Jada. Call them out.
No, it's been good so far. I've been accepted, so I'm not supposed to leave until July
Okay.
for the Disney.
Wait, so you're
part.
not supposed to? Does that mean that you still can, technically?
I haven't heard anything.
Okay. For those listening at home who don't know what the Disney program is, what is it?
So basically, I'm studying tourism and hospitality
Mm-hmm.
in Canada.
Oh, that one's still good? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. Tourism and hospitality in Canada.
Yep.
Okay.
And with that, I'm able to do an exchange at Disney,
Uh-huh.
where I just basically work there for about 6 months. It's pretty great.
That sounds very fun.
Yeah.
And people get to be cast members, right?
Yeah. So I got accepted for merchandise and attractions.
Because of your race. There
Is that
aren't
just the final statement?
no, because there aren't any. This actually shocked me when she told me this, that there aren't any black, white princesses or characters. Are there
Yeah,
any
there's-
characters?
Moana.
Have you seen Mulan?
They're making Ariel.
They're making Ariel. Oh right, she's black now. It's not.
They're doing Ariel.
Yeah,
as-
they're making an Ariel
what's
movie.
the actress's name? I don't remember, but she's African American.
African American.
She's not. She's like not white and.
So what are they gonna do at Disneyland when that happens then?
I guess
What-
they'll
or
hire
both
people of color.
POCs, baby.
Yeah, cool.
Represent.
Yep.
Who's your
Yeah.
favorite Disney princess, Jada? Oh, Mike. We gotta get this.
My favorite when I
Ye-
was little was Sleeping Beauty.
How about now?
Moana.
Have you
Not
seen
Moana.
Moana?
Oh, that's hard. That's a hard question. I like Princess Tiana.
Classic.
Princess Leia.
Princess. Is that? I don't like that. I don't think that counts.
Why not?
Princess Brie Larson.
Because first of all, she's not a technical princess. She was adopted into
the
royalty.
family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any in our Star Wars guys. Yeah.
So
Darth Vader wasn't royalty.
someone needs to take over.
Oh,
The planet blew up.
so she's not the princess of anything.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Then.
Previous
Spoiler
princess.
alert.
For those of you who have not seen A New Hope, big on the rise.
We just get a comment. What the fuck, man?
I was just watching that.
Literally fucking played.
I just started a marathon.
Dumbass.
I started on episode 6.
How
I'm
would-
working my way back.
Do you watch, when you watch Star Wars, you watch it?
Oh,
what
I was
order?
gonna talk about this with Kayla.
Oh, because, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But, what order?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Interesting.
You watch it 4, 5, 6.
I'm a big fan of the machete cut. I just learned about it.
What the?
Yeah. So you do, it changes the story, which I'm not a fan of, but I like the way it flows. It's 4, 5, 2, 3, 6. So at 5, once you learn that Darth Vader is Luke's father, you go back and you see what he went through, and then you finish with 6. You just skip
Yeah.
number 1.
What?
They just skip number 1, yeah. You could do 1, 2, 3, but the machete cut doesn't have it.
It's a bold move.
Bold
For-
choice.
That's
But
for people watching
watched
it for
them.
the first time.
No, that's just like when you do a rewatch. I did the machete cut before I saw Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
yeah.
feel like for first-time viewers who don't know anything
I would
about it.
do 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 personally. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, and then I do Rogue One.
Because
I would skip
they,
Solo.
If they don't know anything, I like the
Hmm.
reveal of them being like, "Wait, this is Anakin," because that's
and
what
the
happened.
Palpatine too. Actually,
That's what when I did show someone for the first
Yeah.
time, they were like, "Wait, Anakin Skywalker, okay, is this like?"
you know what?
And then they were like, "This is a good. He
Yeah.
turns into Darth Vader," and then you get to see.
Maybe you're
him.
onto something. Yeah.
I am
um,
onto something.
What I'm thinking though,
Jada actually came up with the order of watching Star Wars.
she came up with the machete cut. Actually, yeah. You
I'm
know,
really big into this way that Jada showed.
you know Michonne from The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Machete cut's based off her.
because she came up with that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because Jada's.
Completely forgot.
I
Do you know
was
Jada actually
tricking
came up
you.
with the concept for The Walking
Do you know she actually came up with the concept of Star Wars?
and zombies?
Yeah.
Just in
You know
general.
she is a zombie. Say something. Just eats us.
Have you ever had a have you had a dream?
That you could. I was gonna say something though, man.
Yeah, go for
Come
it.
on.
Go for it.
I
Give
forget-
it your
forget it.
all. Give
Oh
it your
no.
all.
I was reading a thing that I thought was fascinating. I think I
You can read.
may have mentioned this before. We're gonna breeze over this Star Wars thing because we talked about it like 3 podcasts in a row. But
Yeah, we have a
I
problem.
never even realized this. But there was a podcast where someone was talking about their first viewing of A New Hope, and they said like they were so shocked when before the big battle at the end Han Solo leaves, and then at the end of the big battle on the Death Star he comes back and he's like say I didn't even process that he like did that thing where he's like I'm out of here and then he came back.
Mm-hmm.
I've never
You've never
processed
thought
before.
about that before.
And then also that they were saying like Darth Vader, they had no idea it was a guy under the suit. They thought it was a robot. They had no idea what it was. And
yeah,
I was like,
what
man,
I would
didn't
do
even think about that because
to
like I
be-
just knew.
for sure,
Yeah.
what I would do to forget everything about Star Wars.
I want to. I just want to watch them. I want to watch them like again with a fresh mind.
I'm sure there's
know?
a way. Like if you hit
I'm-
yourself in the head a certain
Yeah.
way to just
the
forget
Star
like,
Wars part.
specific Star Wars.
This is the Star Wars part right here.
yeah,
Here,
back
let me
there.
show you.
Okay.
Right there.
What was that?
You forgot?
Forgot what?
It worked. Anyway, you were gonna say something with something to do with Jada. I don't know. Something
I forget.
about her inventing The Walking Dead.
Right. Sorry. Completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the initial idea that you had when you came up with The Walking Dead? Like, what made you think zombies? Question
A
mark.
guy wakes up in a hospital.
I've actually never seen the full. I've watched the first episode.
What does it say on the doors that everyone keeps confusing? Because they wrote it weird. They wrote like instead of like this, they wrote it like this on the door.
Oh.
So don't.
Oh yeah.
And so it said keep dead open inside or something.
yeah. Or keep closed.
Keep closed.
Keep open. There's dead
Keep
people in
open,
here. They need to breathe.
What was your concept?
Well, it's based on true events.
Oh.
Lame.
Boring. Zombies.
It's based on the coronavirus.
That kind of hurt a little bit.
My bad.
Thanks.
This whole coronavirus thing made me realize that people would be screwed in an apocalypse.
People are buying toilet paper. What would you do in an apocalypse?
Throw it at zombies.
Yeah.
But then you wouldn't have any
I do.
place to poop.
I do really appreciate the TikTok. The TikTok you sent me. About
What?
the guy who's like, you tested positive. And he goes, that's not possible. I bought so much toilet paper, and he just covered in toilet paper.
Oh, you just exposed me that I watch TikToks.
I want to
Yeah.
too. I'm not afraid.
Yikes.
You can get over it.
Yeah.
There was a topic I wanted to talk about today, and I forget what it was.
There's like some kind of sickness that's
Something to do about Jada made something.
Yeah.
Or something.
there was
And-
like a specific thing you wanted to talk about today?
Yeah, there was something I had in mind.
Because I
but
came in here cold once again.
You always come in cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
Just
terrible
give you a
blood
little rub.
circulation.
Yeah. You know, they say like people that are really tall have really bad blood circulation, but
Really?
it's the same if you're actually really short. So
Oh.
Ian's short. Anyway,
do you have bad blood circulation? Let me see.
don't
your
think so.
hands.
Actually, you know, my feet go blue a lot.
That's diabetes.
Yeah. No, like when
That's
I
from all that those Mr. Noodles you've been having.
there's sodium just thinking on my belly. No, it's, sometimes you're walking and just your feet, like, you know. You just, well,
Sometimes you're walking and you look down and your feet are all just numb and blue.
and then you just drop and you fucking die.
Your mouth starts foaming and
No, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, sometimes they just, you know, just
you
happens.
what?
Shut the fuck up. Okay, you know.
You know, sometimes I just you know
You what? You what? You know when it's cold and your hands go blue?
feel like I'm on Glee. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You've just been on an attacking spree
I'm
all
sorry.
day.
I'm sorry.
This coronavirus thing really got you
I
jacked
haven't
up.
had. I've been working 9-hour shifts for the past 3 days.
So I'm
and
just gonna have to
losing
let you
my
do
mind.
this. Yeah.
I haven't seen any friends.
Well, here you go, bud.
There, you guys are.
Hey.
Hey, you guys work.
Okay, bullshit. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patty's.
I didn't. Oh God! Not all. Okay, ready? Pinch circle. You don't. Oh.
Yeah. Fucker. Ew. I was just saying I had green.
I know. For a
did
second, I
look
thought
like
you
it.
were gonna pinch me with your toes, and then I looked at
How am
your
I gonna
socks.
do that?
I'll do it right now.
Yeah, do it.
Ready?
Oh wow, you got skill.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, do it,
Monkey.
Monkey.
Mm.
Okay. So, what's
Okay,
what's
this
been
has
going on?
nothing to do with the coronavirus, but I have a lot of phlegm in my throat, so I'm gonna.
All right, go for it. Make sure you put the mic on it.
No,
All right, I tried.
I don't want people to think I'm infected.
You are.
I had a moment like that. I was out, putting stuff away on the floor,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden I got like a little tickle on the back of my throat, and I looked around. And I was like, no,
Don't do it, man.
not
Don't do
happening.
it, yeah.
This is not happening right now.
Yeah. I think someone came into work that had it.
Really?
I think some guy came in and he was just yakking up a storm.
That's what I'm talking
And he
about.
was sitting.
People,
Yeah.
people are just kind of careless with it.
He was sitting alone.
Mm-hmm.
And then this has nothing to do with the coronavirus, but I just thought it was weird.
He was sitting alone, and I just thought it was kind of weird.
Loser. No, he dropped his drink.
Like the whole drink.
Yeah,
So-
like
I
the
was
entire
way
drink.
too into that. The whole
But no. No, so he dropped his drink
like liquid on
And-
the floor drink.
and on the chair and on him,
And that's embarrassing.
and he didn't do anything.
He didn't.
He like we didn't know until he left, and we noticed there was dried milk on the chair. Like he's been
What
sitting
did
here
he
for an
order?
hour.
Just milk.
No, he ordered like a mocha or whatever, but like
Has anyone ever ordered just milk from
Yeah.
you guys? Really?
like hot milk or
Just milk.
just milk. Yeah,
Just
Like-
straight from the
like,
cow.
Usually when it's like a little kid or whatever, they get like a little thing of milk.
Full grown
But
adult.
there's a steamers, steam
Steamers.
milk with the flavor in it, which is
What
pretty weird.
flavor?
Any flavor.
Really?
Really, you should
I-
get one.
I am so mind blown.
You don't know coffee.
and ignorant to anything to do with a coffee shop. Yeah.
Barista work. Yeah.
Barista work. Because I don't like coffee. I don't ever
Yeah.
find myself in there.
Mm.
I get lemonades from Starbucks, and that's about it.
You know what the difference between a cappuccino and a latte is?
You asked like either of us.
I just.
A cappuccino.
Mhm. I'm just curious.
A latte has a little design on the tippity top.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a leaf.
Mhm.
Sometimes it just looks like a little swirl.
Yeah.
But a cappuccino has milk ingredient and cream in it. More cream than a latte. Because a latte has only been warmed up for approximately 12 minutes. Whereas a cappuccino is put in the freezer for a minute.
It's beautiful. Good
Just before the mug breaks.
job. From coldness.
Because you switch it from cold and put it in the oven
Oh, gotcha.
for about 2 minutes.
That's great.
And right before the mug breaks, spilling the contents all over the
We drink it and baby bird it back into a new cup.
Yes,
So
precisely.
the difference
Monkey.
between a cappuccino and a latte.
Yeah.
Cappuccino has more foam.
I was close.
That's it. It's espresso, steam
was
milk.
really
but
close.
cappuccino has more foam. Yeah, I'm really good at latte.
What about
art.
frappuccino? me all
Frappuccino
you
is
know about
ice,
frappuccino.
espresso, and frap powder.
What's the difference between a frappuccino and a milkshake?
Milkshake has ice cream.
Right. What's the difference between
You made it sound like that's like not right.
Sure. What's the difference between a frappuccino? What were those drinks at Tim's that were basically frappuccino?
Ice caps.
There was strawberry ones. You remember those, Jada?
No.
limited time offer, I think. It was.
I don't know. What you're talking
You
about.
remember now. They had like a strawberry one, and then they had a different kind that no one liked.
They're called like chills or something.
Yeah, chills. Chills. Strawberry chills.
I
What's the
don't
difference
know
between a
what it is.
strawberry chill and a strawberry frappuccino?
Well, I don't know because I don't know what a chill is, but I'm assuming it's just like a slushy,
It's a
right? Like it's
frappuccino.
blended
No,
ice and
it's a frappuccino.
so it's blended
It
ice.
tasted like a frappuccino.
And, okay, so blended ice and strawberry.
But can you
flavoring.
make that at Tim's?
Can
Isn't
you
it?
make that at Tim's?
I-
Yeah, because it came from Tim's. They don't serve them
order-
anymore.
In order to work at your place, don't you have to have like a certain amount of experience at Tim's?
No, I didn't work at Tim's.
Wasn't that a thing for a bit?
Maybe, but like when Kayla worked there, was that a thing?
I don't want to confirm nor deny.
I
Since
got
I'm gonna
hired.
be meeting her again soon. But
Yeah.
I
got
thought
hired and I
it was
didn't-
either Kayla or Brooklyn were like, no, I need this many hours at Tim's before I can go there.
That's not true.
I was
Or-
lied to, and I feel bad about it. No,
It's
Oscar.
okay. It's okay, man.
Don't touch
No, too late. Oh, now you're gonna cough.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
me. That is my no score. Stop. Okay. What is this on your desk?
Oh, you don't touch that. So how's life been? What have you been doing?
What have I been doing?
Yeah, besides work.
Not a whole lot, actually. What have I been doing? I'm trying. What do you think? Oh, is that? Are you sure? You could have just stopped it and then stopped recording, or recorded and then stopped. See, it's a gamble, Oscar. Thank God. I'm gonna deflect the question and shoot it at Jada. Jada,
Hi.
after all your experience working with us, what is your favorite thing that we have done?
She's good at this question.
Like that I've helped you with, or just
Anything.
anything.
And then what you're proud to be a part of.
My favorite video is
Mhm.
Phantasm.
Really?
Yes.
I hate that one.
I love
No,
that one.
I don't hate it. Really? A
Yeah,
lot of
Oscar's
your
always surprised too.
Your family is a big fan of that. Your mom loves that video too.
My mother?
Yeah. She was telling us one time. Your mom's like, I like that one. Who else likes it? I think my mom. It's a hit with the ladies.
Yeah.
Phantasm is.
Maybe just because it's
Don't
boring.
play with my toes.
You can get over it. You're in my house.
Right, so
You know? We're at this
Did you just say
point-
maybe because it's boring?
Yeah.
What Phantasm appeals to you?
I don't know. I really like the idea of it. Like, and
You
when
came up with it, so
I would like to point out probably the greatest story point we've ever done is the end shot. The green screen. Beautiful.
pure cinema.
Green screen looks insane. Like it's a real
Amazing.
hallway.
Yeah, holy.
Real hallway.
I remember trying to figure that one out. That was
I remember working my ass off on that, and I was just
Where you
so
going with this?
close.
Watch what you say.
I was
Watch
so close.
Okay.
And Noah, and you walk in, and you went. I went. Okay, that's it.
Yikes. I'm
That-
sorry.
We're gonna export that.
I guess like because I'm not a filmmaker, I never noticed that it was bad. So like when I was watching it, I was like, "Whoa, so cool!" And then you're watching it, and you're like, "Oh, why did we do it like that?"
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the keyframing part.
Yeah,
No,
were we
that
gonna
looked
were we
good.
gonna say watch what you?
I thought you were gonna say I worked so hard and you just sat there and did nothing.
You were getting defensive. You're
Yeah, I
like,
was
watch
like-
what you say.
I was like, wait a minute. I didn't do nothing.
You
But I
just-
did.
You
for
were in a
that part.
wheelchair, man.
Yeah.
You,
That was terrifying. That was the
Yeah.
most difficult acting experience I've had to do. I couldn't move my legs.
Yeah, we had to really make sure you weren't moving your legs for that. But then it turns out it didn't matter because it would have been kind of cool if we just see your legs twitch here and there. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
But the problem with the wheelchairs, I didn't have any place for me to put my legs, so they were just kind of dangling. But I was too tall for the wheelchair, so my legs would have been hitting the floor and like dragging.
Well, it worked out.
So I just had to like kind of lift them up and act like they were limp. It was a weird. Anyway, you like Phantasm.
It must have been a small wheelchair. Didn't fit you.
Wow, holy shit.
No,
Savage.
it was a big wheelchair.
You know what, Jada? You were a guest on our podcast.
I am your manager.
This is true.
She bought us a whiteboard.
Right. I will take away your whiteboard privileges.
Oh, I got to check something off.
What did you check
Jada
on?
checked it off. Apply to VFS.
Oh, true.
It is done.
Nice.
Boom.
Nice.
Who knows if we're gonna go to that? Probably.
This is all happening still, man.
Who knows? Anyway,
Anyway, Phantasm, your favorite. Okay.
least favorite.
Least favorite. Yes. This is getting to the juicy
Come on,
details.
you're our manager. You have.
We dislike all of our stuff, so we won't be offended.
I feel like I need like a reminder of what you guys.
Oh god.
We did. Limitless.
Are we talking about all the big ones or like all the media ones together?
Let's do all the ones we actually put work into.
Okay.
Like
This-
serious.
yeah,
work
so it
into.
kind of hurts.
Yeah. So
I like it.
let's think. There was
This is
Limitless.
home. Limitless.
Let's start from the beginning. So Limitless.
Limitless.
What was after Limitless? Solo. Yeah.
No, don't give her any hints.
Yeah.
Solo.
This is home.
This is so. No,
Fantastic.
only.
Only.
Your fingers are going
Okay.
crazy.
Limitless. Solo. Only. This is home. Phantasm.
Are we gonna count
Ian
Ian
Split.
Split? I was just gonna say.
Oh, let's do it. Why not? It's not a good one. And I guess Who I Am.
Right.
That's what we got so far.
Pass it on to Jada. Let her.
English Macbeth and whale explosion in slow motion.
Yeah. We're all counting on you.
No, I don't know if I have a least favorite. I
You
like Ian
definitely
Split.
do.
You do.
You liked Ian Split.
Actually, I changed my favorite one. My favorite is green screen. 100%.
Of course, yeah. Well, I
That's
mean,
an
come on.
exclusive that you guys have not seen.
SoundCloud exclusive. Not even.
So we're back. We had a little hiccup there. We are back. We're fully rolling. Unfortunately,
You
there's
missed a lot.
probably a lot of stuff that we will forget.
Yeah.
But we're gonna move on.
We're gonna move on.
Anything you want to speak about that got deleted?
I don't know what got deleted.
VIYFF.
We didn't even get to her favorite
comedians.
video or anything.
Oh yeah. We'll continue with that. I'm sorry. Favorite video and least favorite video.
Alright. Favorite video?
Yes.
Green screen. Unless we're not counting music videos.
I don't think these videos count. Why is green screen your favorite video?
Because of Ian singing. And it's because of catchy tune.
Yeah, I just love it. And then I also love like Zach's part at the end.
Oh,
Zach does a good job.
That's
So
like
Shout out.
the end credit scene at in
Yeah.
Marvel movies.
You guys dancing, and then you do a little flip. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then my favorite like actual video is Phantasm.
Okay, which is
Bold
ridiculous.
choice.
Bold choice for
Yeah.
Oscar, and I disagree with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Then your least favorite
My least favorite
is Solo,
is Solo. Yeah.
but you like the punch.
Punch is good. Shout out to Gordon. He came up with that.
Go Gordon. Go Gordon.
He
We can't even do
executed
the
that.
Jada bit anymore because
No.
that all got
Yeah.
cut out.
We can talk about. She's our manager. She's a great manager.
Yeah.
She really. If we move up in the world and become
Right.
big deals, will you stay our managers? We had this discussion.
We had this discussion.
And Jada said no.
She said she would
Why,
fire
Jada?
herself.
I'd fire myself because I feel like if you guys make it big and you guys are like doing better, I'd want you guys to be able to have a proper manager who like already has connections and they kind of know what they're doing. Which I
Okay.
do not, and I also will be like starting my own career, so I won't be able to.
But let me sauce this scenario at you.
Right.
You get offered a lot of money to stay on board at Limitless Cinematics.
Like, let's say like $1 million.
Well, not just like straight money,
$2
but like
million.
more than what your career would give you.
$3 million.
Would you stick with us, or is it just not your passion?
I don't know how you guys are gonna make enough money to pay me without a
Savage.
good manager.
Holy. Well, no. Oh, okay. No.
You can leave.
Without a good manager, you need someone to
No,
help
that's
you
what I
get
mean.
there.
We would get a good manager, and then we would hire you back
And we
as
get
an
rid of that
assistant. As an
manager.
assistant
Yeah.
manager.
I also spoke about the fact that once we make it up in the world, Ian is gonna hire a bunch of employees for our company, and then he's just gonna sabotage
Yeah.
me and get me fired, and I'm gonna have to look at his face on a billboard and be homeless for the rest
What do
of
you
my
think my
life.
billboard would look like? Do you think it would just be me? Or
Well,
do you-
I
What would I be
imagine like
wearing?
something very patriotic, like you in a suit, hands here, and you're like looking up at the sky, and there's like jets in the background.
of
And
the
like,
billboard,
it's like
or
it's like a
jets
movie
just-
poster.
Jets are just constantly flying in the background. Of
No,
the
it's like
billboard.
it like with the the air streaks or whatever.
yeah,
Behind it, the trails,
Mhm.
and it's like a movie poster, and then above it's like by Limitless.
Those are
Cinematics.
chemtrails. You know, they are
Chemtrails.
used by the government to
Of course
control
they
our
are.
minds.
Yeah.
You guys know about that?
I remember when I wanted to talk about.
I'm scared about this now. gonna
Hey,
be
it's
honest.
rolling, don't you
Should
fret.
I? Can I do this, or do you want it closer? Do you want to be able to look at it a lot?
If you'd like to look at it, you can look at
I'm
it.
just
You know, if
nervous,
you want to be
man.
a control freak,
I'm
whatever.
nervous. No, Jada,
so-
you look at it.
We were talking about crazy people
I was
at,
talking about
at your
chemtrails.
workplace. Oh no,
Yeah.
this is off. I'm
Okay.
sorry. So I remember what I was gonna say back when I was like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's on, but
Wow, look at this.
there was a lady that came into my work and told me that hospitals aren't real and that they are
They aren't real, like
simulation?
altogether.
they're a simulation and it's created by the government because she had heart surgery once and she doesn't remember anything about it. So she thinks hospitals aren't real and they're like a placebo or like they're a way to control us. And I thought, wow, that's great.
I like to humor these kinds of people for a bit sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately,
I'm
I don't
tr-
have all the answers.
No. Of course, we need to bring her on a guest. That's
Yeah,
what
I
we
think
need.
you should, yeah.
That would be something else. Ask her if she wants to come on the podcast because I have a lot of questions.
Because I think this is true as well.
This stuff interests me a lot.
I
Like
know it does.
conspiracy. You know what interests me a lot?
Yeah, I know.
Like conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Like, I would watch countless videos about like flat Earth and stuff, and like there's always that point where I'm like, oh yeah, that must be real. And then like 10 minutes after I'm done watching the video, I'm like, what was I thinking? That's I am too easily convinced. So I'm trying to get into their mindset of why they would. Okay. So they don't remember, which is obvious.
They've
'cause
been
they
through
were-
an experience, so
They've
they,
been
they
through-
feel like they have a fact and
Is
validation.
this just a thing that they have come up with on their own, or is
Yes.
it a mass hysteria
something
type of
that
thing?
came on their own.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to think of how that would work out in their head, because
Because they went through it, and they don't understand what, like,
But
they
when-
honestly could have forgot. And
Yeah, I'm sure
or
they-
like a coping
I'm
mechanism.
sure they did. Like, they forgot everything to do with it, you think?
They just don't remember being in the hospital. They don't remember having the procedure.
Well,
they don't
probably
remember
they were
anything.
put under heavy anesthetics.
Yep.
But I want to know, it's like when people who are close to them go like, "Hey, I'm going to the hospital for this thing," or like she has people in the hospital.
She thinks it's like a thing ran by the government. That like
So what she needs to do is go visit. She thinks it's just.
I don't
so
know.
She, so
I
she
don't
knows
know if
it's
she
real.
thinks it's wrong.
She knows
she-
but she knows it's real.
She thinks the fact that people like are paid to save lives and stuff isn't real, and that there are people who have studied for years and stuff in these hospitals that are trained in healing wounds and stitches and analyzing bones. And
So as a career,
believe
she
that.
doesn't think it's a.
she
real
thinks
career.
it's like I don't know. I didn't get in this far, but I can only imagine
Yeah.
it's like
Thank God I wasn't her barista, because I would have just closed down the store and had a one-on-one with this lady.
yeah. I can only imagine it. She's thinking like you go in there and then that's when they like do tests on you or like they I don't know.
That is interesting to me. Are there any conspiracy theories that like you somewhat believe or anything? like
I
that?
wanted to actually get into that. I think
Yeah.
that'd be interesting. The conspiracy theory that you're interested in or believe. I don't have a crazy one, but maybe it'll come to me if either of you think of something.
Well, there's just a lot of stuff that's like I don't really believe hard in any of them, but there's a lot of stuff that I humor and
Fascinate,
I'm like
yeah.
fascinated by why people think this. Like the Mandela effect is pretty trippy if you guys have experienced that kind of stuff. And then I'm not gonna do this one justice, but the one that's like the Tuesday or whatever,
Last Thursday.
last Thursday.
Yep.
I haven't completely wrapped my head around that one, but like that is
Skunky.
interesting to me too.
Mhm.
And this has been technically, I don't know, I guess it hasn't been proven, but it's a very strong theory, is like multiverse and all that stuff.
I could definitely see that being plausible. It's something that I don't concern myself with because it's never going to affect me.
What about aliens? Do you think that that's...
I wanted to get into that in a bit.
you got a
just-
lot of
just-
stuff
just
you want to
wait
get
up.
into,
Yeah,
Oscar.
No, but like stuff like multiverse or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's not real. I don't like. It's never gonna like change my life because I don't think there'll ever be a point where
Who
the
is
multiverse will-
honking outside?
you sat on your car keys and going off. I don't know. I just feel like that's
think it's
something
really
that doesn't
cool.
concern me, where I don't have to worry about it.
I'm getting a big
Oh,
old
that's
text.
you. Sorry. I thought that was my phone. Who is it?
Grace.
Oh.
Okay. We're
Are
good.
we good here?
We are still good. Don't you worry. I'm keeping a
Beauty.
watchful
All right.
eye.
Do you have to leave or are you good?
No, I'm good. She is...
Oh,
with
that's fine.
those headphones, yeah, it's like it doesn't feel different no matter what way.
It's comfy.
She's actually in quarantine right now.
Is she?
Yeah. because
So
her
that-
dad had cancer, so his immune system's really bad. So it's risque.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Um,
everything is
let's-
okay.
I guess we can talk about aliens or whatever. What do you think?
Yeah. I think it's gotta. Something's
You
gotta
believe
be.
in it?
Yeah.
Do you think if aliens are real, have they reached Earth?
I'm sure that they've. That's a
If
tough
if
one.
you do believe in aliens, do you think they are advanced life, or do you think we are advanced life compared to them? Because there's always the idea that they have these spaceships that can like travel light speed, and they're
Mhm.
watching us as like primitive beings, and it's almost like history to them. They're like looking at, oh, this planet is so young.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
look-
really
and they're
cool
they're
to me.
bombing each other,
Is
and
it
like
like-
these. Because
yeah.
like Joe Rogan was like, these apes, they just bomb each other and they pollute their own oceans and their skies, and they're just watching this unfold. Or there's the idea that they are scared of us because we have built weapons to blow each other up, and we literally have weapons that shoot metal into each other that make you bleed out. So there's the idea that they fear us, or that they're fascinated by us, and they're keeping like,
I don't know.
you know, when you
man.
see animals, or like there's tribes where you don't contact them, you just watch from a distance. Like,
Yeah.
there's the idea that they're doing that.
What's your thoughts on that, Jada?
I think it would be interesting to assume that they've found a way to be able to observe us enough to know what weapons we have, and
Yeah.
also that they wouldn't have those weapons themselves. Like they know enough that we have them.
I feel like they would have completely different because there's different elements and stuff on wherever they're from probably. So they would have stuff that we wouldn't even be able to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, they have a whole different set, like their, what do you call it? Geometry, not geometry.
Geography.
I don't know, biology. Like their structure of their body
Yeah.
could be completely different too. Physics.
Yeah.
Physics.
Physics.
You know,
Throwing
physics,
out
Kevin
science
Malone.
terms.
You know.
Centrifugal force. It's completely.
Do you think that Earth has had like? Do you think that like the government has
I
actually
don't
spoken
know.
with it?
There are some
Because-
stories that I do believe it's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
if all these people are saying stuff that's very similar,
Mhm.
they all sound like crackheads, but it's all very
Yeah, there's
similar
two things
crackhead
where I
thoughts.
could kind of see where I almost believe, because there was one guy. It was on Joe Rogan.
I think I
um,
know. I think I listened to it
Bob
last night.
Lazar, this
Oh.
guy's name, and he worked for Area 51.
Okay.
And this is like things that I think are factual. Factual that he did work for the government. He worked on aircrafts. And he said Area 51 is no longer an alien thing, but it was in the 80s. Like no longer, it's just a thing where they test weapons now. But
Mhm.
back then they actually had extraterrestrial ships, and they were painting American flags on them. And there was something that he said they showed him something that was floating
Mhm.
like by itself, just like nothing, or I don't remember what he said, and it created its own gravity and was pulling things or something. And he said it's the only time he ever saw it. They never let me see it again. It's weird stuff. And he admits, like, he's like, I understand I sound crazy, but how would you describe it if you saw these things and then
Yeah.
you were kicked out, and like the government could be on your tail now because you're saying this stuff in public? Like,
Yeah.
you don't. There's no way to not
It's
sound
all-
crazy.
It's all crazy stuff. Like, I feel like that with all this stuff that's going on,
Grace is mad at you.
freaking out. Holy shit.
What do you think, Jada, about that?
About what? About Grace?
About people? Yeah. What do you think about that?
About Grace?
Sure.
She bought me sour keys.
She did
Very
buy
nice.
Stargaze. I feel like with this whole virus and everything, it shows there might be a reason that they're not telling us everything, because there are people that would go crazy if they found out that there was alien life
Yeah,
on
it could be
Earth.
bad.
They would stock up on weapons, and they would there would be people that would take it into their own hands to hunt down.
True.
If people haven't got past human beings as different races and ethnicities,
There's no way, yeah.
there's no way they're gonna accept things that aren't humans.
It would, if that gets announced ever, life will be different, no matter what.
Yeah,
The day onward, the
me-
world will be different.
it would take years for next generations to grow up with it. Like
Yeah.
they'd be attuned and normal to. It would be normal to them, but for people like us, they'd think of us as weirdos for being like, "Oh, it's an alien." Like
Mm-hmm.
you're like, you
don't
met
even,
an alien at school.
yeah, we haven't even like gotten to the discussion like, would we be in contact with them always, or are they always just gonna be watching us? Are they a threat?
Like
Who knows?
if it came to the time where everything they were real and the government was just like, all right, time to announce that they have been here. They've been living among us. They all have IDs to check that they are that. They all, like, we all know who they are. They're in check, like Men in Black style. Everything's all good. You guys have lived years without knowing. Nothing should be different now. They are just like you. You understand that. They do all their own alien stuff in the privacy of their own home, but now maybe they'll show you some of their traditions and stuff. They're not evil. People would still be like, no.
Yeah, I think people would definitely try to kill them.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Arizona Lights?
I think is that the one that happened a few years ago?
I think it happened in the 90s.
Oh, completely.
It's the one thing that I think I don't understand, because this isn't just one person. Multiple people filmed this. These lights flew over Arizona.
Yeah.
It looks like a ship. Multiple people filmed this from
It's just
different
a bunch
angles.
of birds with glow sticks on them.
And it flew over, and nobody can explain what this was. But
Yeah.
it's a ship. It looks like that's
the
lights,
thing.
you
A
know?
lot of stuff happened. Like something happened in L.A. Wasn't it? There like that blue,
there's lots of
and the
things.
government was like, it's just a test.
Oh no, the blue orbs or whatever.
Yeah.
Or at least this is from Joe Rogan too. But this is a phenomenon that actually happens. Don't actually know what it's called, but it's, sometimes in the ground, when there's like friction or something, literally like electric balls will come from the ground and go upwards.
See, that's nuts.
And that's an actual natural thing. Apparently, they're super rare, but apparently that's what it was.
That's
it was
another
like,
thing.
It was just like lightning.
There's
basically.
so much stuff that the general population is unaware of. Like we haven't been educated on.
Could you
because
imagine if you saw that? You wouldn't think, oh yeah, that's electric light. You would totally think, like,
Yeah, you would
what
think,
the fuck is that?
I'm gonna touch it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get some superpowers.
I'm gonna put
right
my
now.
penis on that and see what happens.
I'll see what sensation it has. Yeah.
It's bigger.
I don't know. I would like to think that I would be chill with it if it was like people announced that there were aliens and that they're chill and that like. But at the same time, I would be like very skeptical.
I feel like that's another thing where I think like, wow, the world is different for everybody else, but I don't think it would affect me because I don't think aliens are gonna be coming to Vancouver Island. Like Vancouver, maybe.
Maybe this is a hot spot.
Maybe. I'm just saying, like, it's like, it almost feels
It's a
so
beautiful
distant.
place, a beautiful British Columbia. Awesome. They
Even
read that on the
moon.
license plates, like from their little telescopes. They're
They
like,
go,
"Let's-
we have to
we
go
gotta
here.
go. We gotta check that."
I just mean, like,
they got a big rock.
like Washington and everything where, like, I feel like would be a big deal for stuff like this.
Like, yeah.
It feels distant where it's like, I can watch this on TV, but I'm never going to see this in person. I feel like almost.
Well, we might eventually
Who
in
knows?
our
Maybe
lives.
someday. But
That's the thing to think with us too. You don't know where our career is going to end up taking us
if
either.
aliens were real, would you want to meet them or would you be afraid?
I don't think I'd be afraid of them. No.
What if they looked like Ridley Scott alien?
That's
Chest burst. 2 mouths.
Okay, well,
That's a whole different story.
that's a little different.
I would totally meet one. They don't speak English though.
People would put them in a zoo so fast if they look like that.
Oh, you die though. Hands down, you die.
PETA would be all over that.
Okay. Honestly, PETA would totally be like, these things have feelings too, and they're just like
As they're
ripping
getting
people's
mauled.
yeah. This is just about space. Oh, you go first.
Say people still don't believe that we've like been to outer space though.
Oh,
So-
true. That would be something.
Yeah.
Just That's another. That was one conspiracy. Thank you, Jada. That's a conspiracy theory that, like, for a second after I watched like a video on it, I was like, that's definitely true. Where it's like the moon landing was all fake and everything, and then there's still moments where I'm like, yeah, just think about it randomly, and I'm like, huh, that guy that I watched at 4 a.m. was really onto something.
What I do get confused by is the fact that we have rovers on Mars taking photos. How are we getting those photos? Like, the signal's that strong? Like,
Yeah, I
that's
guess
just what I
so.
don't understand. Like,
That's
the
the thing,
tech
we
is
don't
that
know.
good?
Our brains are so small
Because they must
compared
have,
to
like,
the people
insane, like,
chilling at NASA.
technology.
They're
Like,
like,
that's stuff that's not available to the
Yeah.
public. That, like, that level of, what do you call it, reception? Like, just to be able to, like, that's not like, oh, yeah, from
and yet I
Arizona
have 2
to
bars
New York.
here right now.
I have 1 bar. I'm just saying, like, New York to, like, it's nothing like that. It's literally, like, planets away.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
I know.
But yeah, if this whole Mars thing, if you got offered
To go to Mars?
To go
Hell
to
no.
Mars.
Hell no. I don't want to go.
It's
I
a
have- I
one way
have
trip.
No interest in going to space.
Like to live on a different planet. Not interested.
No interest. Unless this planet was dying.
Yeah.
You want to go, I'm sure. You seem like you strike me as
I
a
don't
fellow
know.
who would want to go to space.
Cause I had this discussion in like my drama class, and I said yes,
Mm-hmm.
but like I didn't really think it through. I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. But like, I don't know. It fascinates me that like it's a whole new world,
A whole new
a
world.
magic place.
I never knew.
You want to go with me and we can
We're
sing that?
way up here. It's crystal clear.
Now I got a whole new world with you.
That's not- I don't-
I don't know. I think
Jada
that-
should know it.
what's
She's a
interesting-
Disneyland employee.
Yeah,
Pre.
she has to know all the
pre-employee.
lyrics by word.
Yeah.
By part.
By word.
By word. What does interest me is like the idea that like you're starting from scratch, doing something new, and it's like a whole new life. But that means you have
I
to
would
start
want
that.
exactly.
And you
I would
can't-
want people to do it first. All the smart people to go up there and be like, "Yeah,
But also,
hey,
you
you
can't-
deal with that.
You
s-
can't breathe in Mars.
Yeah, that would be an issue.
There's no
for sure.
vegetation.
I don't know how I'd be able to deal
Apparently-
with not
Apparently,
breathing.
there's
like,
water though, which is interesting.
according to recent news,
Yeah.
there's water on Mars.
And there's deep craters, and because it's really cold on Mars. But at the bottom of these
Looks
craters,
like it would be so hot though, huh?
yeah, because it's
Crazy.
sand, right?
Crazy. It's like
Um,
Tatooine.
Hang up the lane.
Tatooine.
Apparently, at the bottom of the craters, like the entire planet's really cold. But at the bottom where there's water, just sitting, there's like a little bit. It's like 50 degrees.
Really?
Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe not 50. There's
Like
like
hot?
like hot summer day, but like only at the bottom. The rest of the planet is cold. Cold.
You know.
Maybe not 50.
You know how Mars is. Cold.
Like
Oh, Jada has to protest
it
this
was.
right now.
Wait, no.
She
So
has a rebuttal.
what's 50?
Give that woman a mic.
I'm trying. I don't know if they were talking about Fahrenheit or Celsius when they were.
Probably.
I don't know.
40 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing.
Oh,
And then it's not that.
you
50.
mean
I don't know if it's 50
you mean
Celsius
it's
though.
hot?
It's hot,
It's hot.
but I don't think it's 50 Celsius. Like it's habitable. So maybe it wasn't 50. Maybe I'm
Habitable.
wrong, but maybe it's like 35. 35 is like Las Vegas.
Holy shit! That word habitable that I made up right now.
Habitatable.
Habitatable just brought back a flood of different kind of memories. For one,
Explain some.
Zoo Tycoon,
Never heard of it.
Oh, wait.
that game where you make your own zoo. Well, there's the roller coaster tycoon. I never had that one. I had Zoo Tycoon. That was
Yeah,
it.
let me talk.
Yeah, let Jada and I. It's time for Jada and I to have a conversation about Zoo Tycoon right now. Did you ever have it?
I had the roller coaster one.
Did you get to?
Yeah.
Were you able to kill people in that? That was
I
dark.
think you could just like
That's not-
inconvenience them.
Oh, okay. Because in Zoo
Maybe.
Tycoon, there was like the disc I had the expansion packet that had dinosaurs, and you were able to pick up people and put them in the dinosaur cage, and they would get eaten.
I feel like I was like too nice as a kid. I was like,
No, I
I'm
was
just gonna
like-
build the best roller
Yeah.
coaster I can.
That's what.
And you're like, let me trusted people.
Yeah, because I have 3 older sisters, and when my dad would all play with them, of course, they had dinosaurs and stuff, but they would be like Princess Elizabeth or whatever was the T-Rex's name because it was their princess dinosaur. And then my mom said that she remembers I was playing with my dad one time with the dinosaurs, and one of them killed the other one. And my dad came up to my mom, and he was so happy. He's like, "The dinosaur just killed another dinosaur," because that was like the first time we got to have real stuff.
Some real excitement.
Yeah. Anyway, also, other than Zoo Tycoon, Zaboomafoo.
I love Supreme.
Zaboomafoo was you watched Zaboomafoo, Oscar?
No idea what
But
that is.
it was a children's show with a monkey,
Is a lemur?
a lemur,
A
sorry.
real live lemur?
a real live lemur. Were there 2 guys in that?
Yeah.
Were they brothers or were they gay?
I don't
Or
know.
just friends?
It's reminding me of something.
Uh-huh.
Sounds familiar.
The Wiggles.
The Wiggles. Anyway.
Yeah, but then Subufu would like sometimes go into like a cartoon and there's like a little
Yeah.
animation with
Yeah.
the
Did you ever
lemur.
have
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Did you have like stuffed animals that were like that, and then you could like they were like webkins, but you put in a code. They were like lemurs and stuff like that. The games were terrible, but
Oh, sorry. I know exactly what you're talking about.
really
Yes.
nice.
And
It's
there-
like a
there's
deep memory, right?
I don't know if I'm talking about the exact same thing.
Okay,
I don't remember what they're called.
I don't
There was
either.
these little these
I have no.
toys or whatever, and sometimes they come with plates,
Oh, I don't know
And
about that.
sometimes.
Oh, Jada knows what you're talking about.
But they
You
had
guys wanna
codes.
have a conversation
and
about this?
there was an entire different game. I never played the game, but because like I had a babysitter, and they had these stuffies, and sometimes there'd be like a plate with a code on it, or something like that. And I just had that, but I never played the game. And I always thought, man, if I had that game. But
There's like this game, and no one ever knows what I'm talking about. But they're like these little weird shaped people. Their heads were like round, and they had like 2 ears. And then there's
Like
like
people.
a big one, and it plugged in. They weren't people though. They're like right. And there's a big
Wait.
one, and it plugged into the computer,
Oh
and then you
my-
could put the other one on like the back or like the head of the big one, and you could play with it.
Oh my
Right?
god. I
Right?
never had that, but someone did for sure. It was like
Right.
that.
And I was like the only person I knew who had it.
What?
nostalgia.
This is a nostalgic moment, ladies and gentlemen. I know what you're talking about, I think. Yeah, there was like
Yeah.
a bigger one than all the rest of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the gatekeeper.
And I have no idea where they came from. I just remember having them.
Did you ever have those little dogs or whatever that would like to music or
You
something?
mean like those robot dog
Yeah,
things?
yeah.
I
I
had the
didn't
guy. I
have
had
one.
the guy.
Everyone had
Yeah.
this one toy. I didn't have it, but like almost everyone I knew was like a robot that stood up with like a white head or whatever.
Yeah, I had that.
What
My
was that
uncle
from?
bought it for me.
What was that like from a show or something?
No, it was in like the Guinness World Record book. It was like the first not AI, but it was like the first robot that actually like had spatial awareness or whatever. It was just a toy that
Okay.
like everyone was raving about because it knew where like I don't know, first product that you could get that.
Yeah.
And so my uncle bought it for me, and I think we broke it within like 4 minutes.
That always
For
happened with those
Christmas.
Air Hog helicopters. Destroyed those every first flight every time.
I just got crazy nostalgia. I used to got so psyched for Christmas one year. I got a truck, like a remote control truck, and it drove up walls. I remember that
What?
specifically. It would drive up walls.
How? Sticky
Don't know to
wheels?
this day because my dad drove it, and he was like, "Let's drive it outside." And he drove it outside, and it got run over by a car. First day of Christmas,
That's rough. That's rough. What was the?
but it drove up.
We're gonna have a
that was so
privilege
cool.
check here real quick.
Literally,
What was your favorite Christmas present, or most memorable Christmas present ever?
you guys go first.
I remember getting my iPod Touch
Mm.
and my DS and the Wii. The Wii was a big one because it was like something that all my sisters and I were like, "Oh, we got a Wii. We're gonna play the hell out of this thing."
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be completely honest. This is gonna sound bad because I've gotten like some great
Yeah.
Christmas presents. Like the most memorable was one year I just got a bunch of soap. It was like a bunch of soap shaped like animals.
How old were you?
That's awesome.
I must have been like 8.
Oh, wow, you were into that stuff early. 'Cause
Not
now-
really,
Oh, you just
someone got it for me and it was like so memorable. But
weird.
I also got like a rock tumbler one year, which was pretty cool. But then I
Are
thought I
those
could, like,
that thing that makes them smooth?
yeah, I
those
was,
are cool.
I was really into rocks.
I have a rock collection actually.
Yeah.
I don't share it with many
Loser.
people.
Yeah, I thought I could like cheat the system by not like it came with powder and I
Yeah.
didn't want to have to find the powder again, so I thought I could like cheat the system and just use like one of the powders or something. I don't know why.
Didn't work.
It did not work. So that's
What did the
That's
rocks
amazing.
look? The rocks just you
They
open it.
just
The
look
rocks are like,
dirty.
"Hey, fuck you!
Turned into Dwayne.
You
That's how
tumbled
Dwayne
us
was
for
born.
no reason."
Jada invented Dwayne. By the way, that's how.
No one gets the joke now. We
No, sorry.
yeah, but socks are pretty cool now for Christmas.
I'm glad
I
you-
realized
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, holy. Oh, I was gonna say something.
Can I go?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just kidding. I don't know what my most privileged gift was.
It doesn't have to be your most privileged. I'm just
My
That's
most privileged gift.
my
'Cause we
most
have to
privileged.
say-
I got a punching bag.
Yeah.
That was pretty. It was always exciting. This is real privileged stuff here. It was always exciting when you would open like a gift and it would have a picture of something big, and then your dad. This only happened at my house probably.
No idea what you're talking about. A
Okay.
picture of something big.
It was
Like,
like-
if you open it and there was like a massive wiener. Yeah, I don't know.
My dad was like, "Surprise!"
You're
No.
a man now.
No, like for my punching bag, I opened. It was a little box, and inside was a little picture of a punching bag. And I was like,
Oh,
what?
see.
And then they were like, open the front door, and I'd open the front door, and there's the box or the punching bag at the front door.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I have two.
Okay.
One wasn't for me, but it was something I witnessed, and I thought, man, if that ever happened to me, I'd be a happy camper. Anyway, I'm most excited. I still haven't received it to this day,
Oh,
but
this
best
is a gift I'm
best
very
gift
excited
I
to get.
got is Jada bought me a Saberforge lightsaber.
Oh.
Still hasn't arrived.
When did she get it for you?
December,
Holy, that's
October. It takes a long time, long
Wow.
wait time, right? And plus, because what's going on right now, it's probably not going to arrive for a while.
It was supposed to come in March, I think, like March, April. So maybe soon.
Maybe soon.
Yeah. Hopefully soon.
Yellow blade.
Right. We talked. We had
Yeah.
old. Jada probably hated that.
Yeah.
Jada was chilling here while Oscar and I were just nerding out over different lightsaber colors and lightsaber hilts and what one we would want.
I'm a fan of the thin neck, like the Obi-Wan style,
Yeah.
and like the new Leia saber. Ian's not. He likes
Not a-
Qui-Gon.
I like just the straight, no
I
funny
like Kylo
business.
Ren's too,
No
though.
funny business.
Anyway, my uncle
Mhm.
and his family, my cousins, fairly wealthy, and one year for Christmas, they were opening their gifts. You know, they all had their own thing, and one
As you do.
opened up a gift and got a mouse, and they're like,
Like an animal or like a computer mouse?
like a real mouse. No, I'm kidding. Like a computer mouse.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, this is weird. And then one of them opened a keyboard. Then one of them opened like a cord thing. And then there's a big iMac. And then they opened that. And I thought, my uncle bought their kids an iMac. They can use iMovie.
Oh.
Because this is like before I even had my own laptop.
Yeah. When did you get your first laptop?
The first one was given to me. And it was like a really old MacBook Air.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was 13.
Did you get iMovie on it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think I was 13. And then I bought my first laptop. That one.
Yeah.
But before that, I was like so jealous that they got that. I was like, man, my parents would never do that for me. Could you imagine that? I never asked for anything else again. They bought me a computer to make
They
my
got me a
movies on.
computer.
Yeah.
We always, my parents got. Okay, well, I technically didn't get it for myself because it was in that downstairs room that we used to film the podcast.
All right, so that's kind of where the podcast ended up closing out. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching and listening. And hit us up if you have any ideas for us to talk about. We'd love to do them. And yeah, all right. Thank you. Love you. Bye.